Hi, today I'm going to be looking at a prototype design for a hospital, and I understand that I'm going to be able to review the screenshots of what the website could look like, but it's not a fully functioning website. Alright, well, let's get right to it. This is for St. Joseph Hospital, and I'm going to pin this open so I can read it. Review the homepage design for this website, mouse around the page and click on items that interest you, explore the site as much as you can and tell us your thoughts along the way. If you ever get stuck, click on the logo to return to the homepage. Okay, well, what I'm seeing, toll-free number up here, looks like this is like my dashboard where I could click on my chart, maybe log in or something like that. I could find a location for something near me that looks like there's a search bar there. Actually, let's click on that My Chart. Okay. There we go. And featured services. Find a physician by specialty or by zip code. So I can put in my zip code and then click Submit to find a physician. It's probably going to list all the physicians in my area. Featured services. Sleep center services. And I'm looking at the icons here, and I like these icons. For example, the little stethoscope, the bones for orthopedic, and the test tubes for laboratory, and the sneeze for sleep service centers. And let's see, for patients and visitors, for medical professionals. Okay, for patients and visitors, find a physician. Let's click on that. Now, I think what's kind of confusing me is this last name thing. And I think that I would probably put in my last name, but I don't think that's what you're asking. You're saying find a physician like Dr. Smith, and so I'd put in Smith in my zip code or my location. It doesn't really make sense to me why, if I'm looking for a physician, it's usually I'm looking for a physician that specializes in something. I'm not necessarily going to know his last name. So I find that kind of confusing. I noticed that up here as well on the My Chart. You find a physician giving your last name, my last name. I'm not really sure. So I could see where that would be a little confusing. Services, maps and locations. Okay, go back up here and About Us. Click on the history page. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next task, which is to find the hospital's address. That was easy because it's right up here across the top of the home page. However, I would assume that I'm also going to be able to click on the About Us page, click on Contact, and then I would be able to find the location of the hospital as well. I see Exemplar Healthcare here. And locations down here. Okay, so again, I would expect to find something on the Contact Us or the Contact Us page, the submenu of the About Us page, but I see it across the top, and then I also saw it down here at the bottom. Find the services that the hospital offers. I believe, yeah, there we go. We have a navigation link across the top, and what I would assume happened when I would click on something that would say services, it's going to, and I think that takes me to the page with the icons that I like so much, with the orthopedic, the snoring, etc. And I don't see the icons like I saw before, but it's easy enough to understand how this works. So here are the services. For example, orthopedic services. I would click on that, take me to the orthopedic services page. I could find an orthopedic physician or find an orthopedic location. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Oh, there we go. Find the orthopedic and total joint services offered by the hospital. Let's go back to the home. So I'm not sure about that total joint services, but I'm going to click on services, orthopedic services, obviously, and total joint. Okay, I see. And let's click on total joint replacement. So this is going to be the total joint services, including knee, hip, and shoulder. And that seems pretty straightforward and easy to find. Find the Find a Physician tool. Now we've already done that. I'm going to go back to the home page. Find a Physician. This would be what I would consider the tool there on the home page. Once found and reviewed, click Submit to see physician results. Now this one, it does not seem to work. Submit. In other words, I couldn't put in specific information. But again, it's the whole thing about the last name that I find kind of confusing. So what I'm seeing here on the physician results is that I'm seeing a nice thumbnail image, which, by the way, really is a good idea, because if I'm looking for a physician, I think it creates a sense of comfort if I already know a little bit about them, not only their history and their resume, but also what they look like. So it's not a total surprise when I walk into a doctor's office or a doctor comes, to my bedside, and I go, "Who the heck are you?" I know who he is. "Oh, you're Dr. Costanzo." Request an appointment with a physician. Well, Dr. Costanzo, let's how would we do that? Request an appointment. I would assume that I could have clicked on the doctor's name, and I would have had the option to request an appointment. So I'm looking over here, visitor's guide, services, locations. I don't really see how to request an appointment. And again, that's where I would have expected to be able to have done it. For patients and visitors, let's look over here. Register for a class, health library, find a physician. There's nothing that I'm finding about requesting an appointment. Request an appointment for insurance and billing. Find a physician. Well, you would think it would have to be something to do with finding a physician. Submit. I'm sorry, I just don't get how you request an appointment. Find a location. Let's try that. No? Okay. Featured services. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't figure out how to do that one. Find where you can make a donation. Now, I do remember seeing that. That was right up here at the top, where I considered to be like my dashboard area, which is kind of by my chart. Find a location, donate. These are the quick links here by the search bar. So I can click on donate, and I would assume that this page then would provide the information on making a donation. Find information on classes offered by the hospital. I wonder if that'd be under services. Services. Oh wait, register for a class. Now I think that this is on most of the pages that I go to. For example, if I go over here, yeah, I'm going to see register for a class, and even about us, I'm going to see register for a class. So because this follows me around, it's easy to find that register for a class, and that takes me over here to classes and events. Looks like I could do basic yoga. Appropriate for beginners, October 18th at 10 to 11 p.m. Really? That's kind of late. 15 spots available. On the move, come join us. And looks like I could submit by keyword to find a class if I chose. Okay. Find the available careers or jobs at the hospital. Well, again, because I had familiarized myself with the layout of the website when I first arrived, I saw this careers section up here as well. And I'd like to point out that the navigation links make a lot of sense to me. This is a place for patients and visitors. This is the place for medical professionals. It's very clear that if I'm a physician, I'm going to click here. If I'm a patient, I'm going to click here. Here's the services that are provided. Here's where those services are offered, the careers page, and then of course the all-important About Us page, which I'm going to want to go to and find out a little bit more information about St. Joseph Hospital. So the layout of this menu makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to click over here on careers and find available careers or jobs. Well, again, we're at a placeholder page, but it is clear that this is how I would do it. Find the most recent news for the organization. Let's go back to the home page. What I would expect would be like maybe a news link down towards the bottom of the page or something like that. Featured services, join the team, that's kind of like the careers page. Follow us, sign up to connect with us, our community volunteer found news. Here we go. So I would click on news. Now what this has done is it's kind of provided me a quick link, but it's also over here on the About Us page under news. Again, what I was looking for was something on the home page. You know, like maybe down towards 3/4 of the way down, you would see something about you know, latest news, and then you would have a read more link, and it would basically take you to this page, which was the news page. That didn't work, so what I did was I scrolled down all the way to the bottom and then found the news link under the About Us. So then I understood that the link at the top of the page, this one, would expand out and give me also allow me to navigate to the news section. Of course, it's not on this page. Let's try it over here. But I don't think that I intuitively knew when I was asked to do this task that news would be under About Us. My first thought again was that it would be somewhere on the home page, but I guess it makes sense now that I think about it that if you were looking for news, About Us would be the most logical place to start. Okay, so the comments that I have, again, you know, this last name thing kind of trips me up. Requesting an appointment with a physician, I really just didn't see how to do that. What I'm assuming is that, and I'm looking over here, insurance and billing, find a physician. Pardon me. That it would have to be somewhere around, you know, on the physician page, because you wouldn't just request an appointment, you know, unless you had selected a physician. So I'm not really sure, but well, you know, and you could also just pick up the phone and call this the phone number for that particular physician. I suppose that would be a way to request an appointment. All right. Well, I think that comes to the end of the tasks. I hope that was helpful to you. If you have additional questions, I would be more than happy to try to answer them. But thanks again for your time. Have a great day.